Yes, you can. Of course you can. You can build anything without primary movements.
What is your opinion on the Smith machine? It seems to get an unjustified amount of hate.
A free will allow you to pop a hip, move a knee out, find a position that's comfortable. A Smith machine kind of locks you into that squat. Hey, so we got a minute here, guys. I just kind of want to jump on today. We are going, right? I mean, it's flying now. We're in, I guess, the second week now of the Titan Challenge 4, which is great. You guys can do check-ins here in another week and a half. We got the movies coming out. But what's your movie? What's your goal? What do you have coming up that you are training for wholeheartedly, 100%? You want this here? Wholeheartedly, 100%, just pushing it, waking up in the morning. I got Paul White, big show in town, and we're training. I got Billy Gunn coming in tomorrow. So I'm setting myself up to have training partners around me that I don't want them to see me slipping, right? I got Robbie Robinson always here. We're always killing, doing our thing. What do you guys got? Are you guys setting yourselves up? Are you guys putting yourselves around some good training partners? Let's say hypothetically, it's not a friend. Maybe it's just somebody at the gym that you're picking up and going, hey, I'd love to follow you or do a workout with you or even behind you. I see that you train intense. You push me, that kind of thing. It's like most of the friendships I've made through this life early on were always gym guys, buddies that I just started training with, and we just clicked. And so what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing outside of the Titan crew, besides yourself, your significant others? What are you doing to set yourself up to win and hold yourself accountable as we go? Because if this is week 1, I still want that same kind of drive that you had going into the Titan Challenge 4. You know what I mean? It's like Mona said, and Mona doesn't pull punches, but we said last week, you comment, you post videos, you post pictures. I'm ready. And then a week or two or a month in, and you lost that motivation. And I don't want that this time. I want everybody to really push it on this one and get to the goals, or at least it doesn't have to be the final goal, because that goal should be out of reach. Your ultimate goal should be out of reach. You shouldn't get there. You should be putting that thing up so high, but it should be to the best of your ability in your best shape you've ever done. Okay, so that's something that we should all be doing. Let's see if we got any questions right off the cuff right here.
What is your opinion on the Smith machine? It seems to get an unjustified amount of hate.
A Smith machine, and it gets hate, means it's good. It's an absolutely brilliant machine. It's a great exercise to do. The shoulder presses that I was doing, upright rows, squats, and there's some amazing kind of squat positions you can do. High neck. Yeah. I mean, we do a high neck a lot. I would say it's 50-50. But it's a great machine for so many different things. And I don't even mean like so many different things on a secondary exercise like high necks or something. I think a primary, I think pin press, like Jeff was just saying. I think some squats on there with your feet forward or underneath you. Lunges. You guys want a deep lunge. There's a funny thing with the Smith machine relative to free. A free will allow you to pop a hip, move a knee out, find a position that's comfortable. A Smith machine kind of locks you into that squat on a lunge, and it locks you into where that glute hamstring fires. So try that. I think you guys call it split squats. I call them lunges, or your foot up on lunges, but those kind of things on there, great exercises. Thanks. Good question. Right off the cuff. So pick the sleep correctly. Obviously, if it's night shift, you're sleeping during the day, like most of the people that I work with or have worked with. Most of the people I've worked with that are night shift are police officers. And it's just a different sleep pattern. They're either coming in before or after their shift, and then they get home and get to sleep. And it's just your day sleep is different. But the same kind of thing. It's just like anybody else. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm training, or my first meal's in by 3:30. So it just depends on when those hours are. But anybody that's working and got a night shift, and you guys are confused on how to sleep and stuff like that, talk to me about that in the Titan crew on your check-ins, and let me know your work hours, and then we'll put together the best sleep time and when you should train. Okay, let's go over that. It doesn't make sense to me that he's asking to do a third better. That's nuts.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I don't know. And then the second thing is that you're saying that you want to do such a third. Wow.
yeah. I mean, if you just started, like last week was your first time benching.
I'm okay with a beginner saying that, I guess, right? By August, he said, yeah. But if you've been lifting for a couple of years, that's confusing to me. And then on top of it, it doesn't even sound like you're on a power program. Yeah, it sounds like you're just on a stimulation. You're not doing a nervous system. A bench press increase is nervous system. So you got to understand that. Yes, you can. Of course you can. You can build anything without primary movements. The only thing that I miss, and then you got to tell me why you don't want to squat. The only thing you miss is a lot of good stress on the body to strengthen the body as you age. I can't tell how old you are right there. I would like some kind of stress. Let's say you have a bad back. Billy Gunn has a lower back from doing wrestling for 40 years. So his lower back's a little tweaked, I'll say, being gentle. We still do squats. We just shorten the range, and I do load the weight on there just so there's something stimulating it so it doesn't deteriorate more and faster. Okay. But yeah, you can build legs. You can build legs without squats. I think there's just more to it. And I think that's the whole principle of it. If anybody's here and they're thinking, I'm going to ask Mike it's so much more than just getting big legs. It's so much more than just bench pressing more weight. There's other factors to the whole thing.
My 12-year-old daughter is set to go into her second powerlifting meet in April. How would you break down the schedule leading up to the meet?
Read it one more time.
My 12-year-old daughter is
Okay.
set to go into her second powerlifting meet
In April. Okay, so it's a good enough time. Great.
So how would you break down the schedule leading up to the meet?
I would stay with the power bodybuilding program. I would pick your final numbers and work backwards. Pick the numbers that you want to do. And again, she's 12. So those numbers don't have to be much more, because just think, I mean, you start compounding those numbers over the next 4 or 5 years. Holy cow, this is going to be a superstar here. So I would pick some numbers that you guys would both agree on, and then work backwards on percentages, and then jump on the power bodybuilding program right now, because you got, a good 9-10 weeks before the deload, so you can compete. But I would just start working on getting those sets, the volume of sets up, and taking in that increases over every couple weeks up in that the weights as you close in on your PRs 2-3 weeks before the meet. That's what I would do. And just as a parent, congratulations, having somebody that age so focused. That is tremendous. I have a couple friends and their little ones, and one of them is a little girl. I think she's 11 or 12 now, and she is phenomenal when it comes to powerlifting. She always wanted to be a WWE wrestler since I've known them. And she was like 5 or 6, and I pulled her up on stage. I was guest posing, and she stole the crowd. It was like she is made for this life, and she's doing great in powerlifting. Again, she's about 11 or 12, about the same age. And thank you for the donation. Appreciate that.
Mike, I've heard one of your interviews that you've worked with Tom Platz back in the day. Is there a chance for you two to do something together for a shoot like you did with Frank? Cheers.
No, Tom's doing his own podcast right now, and so he's not doing a lot of other people's podcasts. So there won't be anything teaming up right now. But yeah, that was one of my training partners. Great guy, but it's like I think Tom's one of those famous guys. I've trained with all of them. That's the great thing is I've been around this business for so long, and back in the '80s that I got to train with all those old school legends that we all grew up with. So it's a cool thing. But I'll be teaming up with others like Barry DeMay, Lee Haney again, and Arnold in the future here. So that's, it's always great.
You used to train 1 month on, 1 month off. Should I try this as a 20-year-old?
Nobody, that's never been said. That's the weirdest comment I've ever heard.
That's why I put it up there. So
That is the weirdest thing. There's nobody in the history would say that.
oh, no,
That is absolutely, there's no article, there's no interview.
that's what I want it to be said.
Yeah.
Just so that
Wow.
it's not asked again.
I'm the one guy they said never misses or takes days off. And then this guy, yeah, that's wow. What made you come up with that scenario? 1 month on, 1 month off. Who would do that?
And if I heard about somebody doing it, I wouldn't think about doing it myself either.
I wouldn't either,
Even if it
unless
was-
you don't like training.
and even if it was you, or somebody like big in the industry.
Yeah.
I don't know about that guy.
Yeah, I'll never be 200 pounds. Remember, I was 200 pounds when I was 14 years old before puberty. So I'll never see that number again. But closer to, no, the lowest I can physically get to, and I'm not even healthy at that point, is 250s. I guess you're called your in between. I'll always be a 270, 280 guy. And also the great thing about me is at 270, I look skinny. So it's kind of a crazy thing to think 270 looks skinny on a guy. I think that's one of the coolest things, I think, because I don't have these traps that stick up to my neck. It's a very athletic physique relative to a guy on stage bodybuilder, in the sense of the traps up to the neck and stuff, that I could look athletic or hide away the 270 with clothes, or at least I think I do. That the strength level and the condition of the body was held true from a young teenager until today. And so Frank Seppi said this the other day too. He never wanted to be one of those guys that goes, hey, back in high school, I could bench press this, or back in, I was the guy that was really muscular. And I'm glad and I'm proud that I get to say that my products are out, and those photos of me are of today, not of me 20 years ago competing. The cover shots of me that are out now are of me today, not of me when I won the Mr. Universe or Mr. California or Mr. USA or Mr. International. So that's what I'm most proud of, is that I've been able to continue to do it for a lifetime and keep it for a lifetime is my most valuable, I think, aspect to this, and what I'll be remembered for. Go for it.
Does training to failure decrease explosiveness?
No. Nope, it doesn't. It would. That's how you would train. You want this one or this one? That's how you would do an athlete would train. So it would increase it. Does that mess you up for bodybuilding or trying to build strength? Yeah, it would. But for athletics, no. This is a great question, though. This is society teaching you guys things. He wants to get away because he would like to go in because he doesn't like the heavy weights. Now, I understand this. I understand that there's people that don't like the heavy weights and want to do a lot of reps. Understanding that's not what weightlifting is. The ultimate goal with weightlifting is to stress the body. I know you guys think it's to work out in a sense, right? Burn calories. Well, you can burn calories just by being up and moving and grooving and going to work and coming home and eating a healthy plan. But the workouts are actually to stress the body, and that way the body itself gets stronger and healthier. So as you age, the bone density stays better. so you don't deteriorate as you get older. Now, the reason why I say this is a tricky one here is because of the fact that you're putting mileage on the body without getting the benefits. So you're doing a lot of reps, right, with lightweight. And so your ligaments and your joints are working over and over and over again without the stress, without Davis Law or Wolf's Law, which is stress to the body to strengthen it. You're just kind of running it. And so this is the only problem I see with it is that you're burning calories. That's great. And at least you're going in and training, and that's kind of good too. I just worry about as you get older that you won't have the strength in the body and you're going to just deteriorate away and run those joints into nothing. So that's the only thing I would worry about. We all get older, like they say, Father Time is undefeated, but you want to go into that as strong as you possibly can.